Network. Now introducing your hosts, Jay Johnson's Cowboy Cody Slovinsky, Vandy Chris Keenhold, and Mr. Cheesy himself, Randy Jowers. Let's start the show, boys!
Well, it's another weekend and another day of baseball, another weekend of college baseball. Terry, what are you doing tonight, sir?
Ooh, it was looking at all these highlights and everything. It was a crazy weekend. And Sunday seemed to just want to top everything all together, all combined.
Oh, so much action
we had today.
So much action today. I think I mentioned it on one of my Facebook posts. So many sweeps today. That just blew my mind that there were that many sweeps over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them are going to get highlighted here. But I start with the big one. What about number three Arkansas getting swept at home by Florida? Where'd that come from?
I did not see that coming at all. Like, they really crapped the bed on that one. Like, who would have thought, like, Florida could find the motivation to do that after getting swept at home by Alabama?
Yeah, no kidding, right? and they weren't even competitive in that Alabama series. Another one, top 10 Auburn, getting swept by none other than Alabama. What's got into them all of a sudden after getting swept at Kentucky?
Who got swept at Kentucky?
2 weeks ago, Alabama got swept at Kentucky.
Well,
This is just getting wild.
This could be a crazy conference championship tournament for sure.
Looks like everybody can beat everybody right now.
Because it almost seems like the Big Ten is probably going to come down to maybe 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah.
And that would be UCLA, as much as I hate to say it, USC.
Yeah. And they're about the only 2 that are worth their salt in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah. Maybe Oregon. I don't know. I have to look at their overall record. But
Oregon's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Oregon is pretty solid.
It's like the rest of the conference. Like, obviously, if it was football, it'd be like turned around with the exception of Oregon.
Yeah. I don't know. Whole lot of stuff. We got some video highlights to show you from some of the action today. As you'll see, Cody's not here again, fixing to whoop him. But you've seen Terry sit in with me the last couple of weeks. We're pleased to announce that he is our third guy now. Second guy, third guy, whatever you want to call him. He's here. He is going to be a regular member of the Golden Broom. We're pleased to announce that. He's working very hard behind the scenes, emailing coaches and whatnot, and trying to get us in the door a little bit. So that's always good.
Cross my fingers tomorrow because there's 2 I'm going to be hopefully contacting from that same college I was discussing with you earlier, the community college or the city college. So,
right. My graphics, I don't understand what's going on with my graphics. Crazy. I'm bleeding. I'm trying to fix it and I can't. Well, lean way back. There we go. That helps a little bit. Oh, it helped a little bit. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me see if I can adjust it. Let's see. This may take me completely off. I don't know.
While you're doing that, shout out to the 8 people watching across all those social media platforms tonight.
Okay. I don't know what's going on here. That ain't helping. That makes it worse. I don't know what to do. Change background? Nope, that don't help. Change background? Nope, that don't help.
It almost
crazy.
If James is watching, it almost looks like that old Kelly Green Notre Dame throwback.
It just
you like infested your background with it.
And if you're wondering, that is my green screen behind me. And when you click on have green screen, it makes it like you don't even have a background on. So I don't know what's going on. This is crazy if you ask me.
Is there a fan on in your room?
Oh yeah. That don't affect the green screen. I don't know.
I wonder if the flapping around is kind of throwing everything off. I wonder.
No, that don't help it. His fan's not even blowing towards it. I don't know. It's weird. We'll deal with it. Now that I've gotten fully sidetracked. Terry, let me ask you. What do you think about playing pickleball while you're playing baseball?
I've been involved with the situations, but it's more for like slow pitch intramural base league softball. And it's like you don't want to overthink it, but then you have to still think about it, like how hard I don't want to overthrow my guy. And especially if there's nobody to back me up. It's one of those things like you have to make a quick but yet smart decision at the same time.
Yeah. So, had a game this weekend between South Florida and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Looked like they were playing wiffle ball to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's check it out. I got that highlight for you. Maybe you'll get a kick out of it just like I did.
Punch the other way, flared out into right field. Charging as Relford will be stopped at second. There are 2 base runners at third. Strickland will throw down to second. It's a good old-fashioned backyard pickle. Here comes Relford to home. Laurie awaits out at second. They'll go ahead and cash in the runner here. Both runners still safe. He takes off for second. He's going to be safe over there. Laurie to first, and it's bases loaded for South Florida. This is good old-fashioned wiffle ball in the backyard. Cue up the Sandlot. It's Benny and the Jet pickling the beast. As Charlotte falling asleep over at third base. Laurie Deeks with the runner at second. Pruitt able to slide back safely. And a play that, yes, that's.
My thing is, why did the guy stop? Like, I would have thrown the quick one to first. I know he's keeping an eye on the runner at third, trying to go home. But I would have thrown the quick one to first to maybe try to bait the runner. I mean, they could have gone on longer, I think.
It was wild, for sure.
Yeah, that was. I know that coach is pissed.
So going back to the play at third base, you got the guy going to home involved in a rundown.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they just focus on him? Play catch between the catcher and the third baseman. That's what you would normally do in that situation.
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you, when the catcher threw it to third, would you have thrown it to the shortstop that was closer to the guy that ran from second and third? So then, because if you tag one of them out, they're both on the base already. I know their foot will be down, but if you're able to tag one of them,
one of them will be out.
Yeah.
The guy coming from second would be out because that's not his base. The guy at third doesn't have to advance.
I mean, I would have done that, throw it to the shortstop who was already closing in on third, rather than throw it directly to third, maybe make one tag. Get one out of the situation.
Like I'm saying, the third baseman and the catcher play catch with it.
Yeah.
Run him down that way. Have your pitcher cover home and chase him down and go get the lead runner. That's what you want to do. Just wild.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
My good friend Brandon, Iowa Hawkeye fan, talking about UCLA putting it on Iowa this weekend. While we were talking about that, we have something from that game too that you don't see very often.
No.
Let's check her out.
That one smoked to Gable Mitchell. He makes the catch. Oh my goodness, what? This is going to be a really interesting ruling. So Casey Moser makes the call, and the Hawkeyes turn a triple play. What a way to get out of this inning and get Olivo back into the dugout.
I'm glad they took a simple strategy, just decided to start hitting home runs after that.
Did you guys forget how to run the bases there for a minute? They probably don't know how to. they probably don't know how to run the bases as many home runs as you guys hit.
Yeah. I think they're confused. I don't know if they thought the one guy looked like he knew the one guy caught it. The other one thought it probably might have hit the ground and he caught it off the bounce. But, that's why you got to see the ball through, even if you're a base runner, obviously. But, yeah, they're like, all right, let's just go back to hitting it over the wall. So, sorry, Brandon. They had to put that smoke on you, but I'm glad they did, though.
And what's crazy is the way they did it. Iowa came into the game on top 5 teams batting average. For a team batting average, they were top 5 in the nation. And you guys they didn't get nothing.
That was another thing that surprised me because earlier in the season,
domination.
Earlier in the season, I thought the pitching, like especially the 2 losses they had to San Diego and San Diego State. I mean, they were both 1-run losses, but it's like pitching was struggling for us at the beginning. I mean, I know we had that tough weekend tournament in Arlington where they ended up beating Tennessee A&M and Mississippi State. Yeah. But they were giving up a lot of runs still. And then now for some reason, I don't know if it's just because it's Iowa or maybe something they discovered with the pitching that's working. So hopefully they can keep this through. Because someone says Auburn's going to win the Natty, and I would like to be there to face them.
With what's going on with Auburn, I think they got bigger issues to worry about than winning a Natty because they got swept this weekend after losing 2 out of 3 to Texas last week. All of a sudden, Auburn looks like they've got some pitching problems.
I could blame one person for that.
I don't want to go into a lot of theories and whatnot, but I can say their 4 main starters have got a lot of pitches on those arms already early in the season. I don't know if that's having an effect, but it could be.
So they're being overworked, basically.
Yeah, and their coach is known for doing stuff like that. If you're watching, you might remember about a year ago we had a cat from LSU on here. His name was Seth Dardar. He got involved in a little drama today. If you're watching, Seth, we love you. But I'm going to go ahead and show this highlight, and y'all tell me what you think.
First base with 2 down. Here's the 0-1. And Dardar blasts this one towards the diamond deck and right. Forget about it. A 3-run bomb for Seth Dardar. Have a weekend, young man. Home run number 3, and the Tigers have their first lead of the day. 11-10. Hey now.
Yeah, and he's getting his crowd fired up. That's what that young man can do. We were in a spot LSU needed a big swing, and that's why he's in the lineup. Again, I love the fact that somebody at a young age, or somebody told him at a young age, swing hard in case you hit it, and he just leaned on that ball and hit it a long way to right field.
I think we're going to have a conference here about a bat flip. The umpires meeting left of the mound here. It was a demonstrative flip on the part of Dardar, who exploded with emotion. He knew it the second it made contact.
So I was thinking, that reminded me of, I think it was an All-Star game, MLB All-Star game. It wasn't a bat flip. It was just a batter simply losing control of his bat. And that was when the bat came out and hit Tommy Lasorda when he was a third base coach. And it knocked him back a few feet. If you remember that play.
I don't remember that one.
Okay, I'll have to send you that sometime. But basically, it was an all-star game. The guy just lost control of the bat, and the bat was just swinging kind of like the LSU player's bat there. And I guess Tommy Lasorda saw it late. He kind of like tried to backtrack. He had to stick his arms up. Otherwise, the bat just hit him directly on, and he kind of like barrel rolled back. And he was a big guy, and it made him barrel roll backwards because he was really trying to book it out of the way rather than moving sideways. He stayed in the path of the bat, moved backwards.
I'm just looking up the rule for bat flip.
Oh, to see if we didn't hear anything about it, did we?
So it says game personnel shall not use language that will in any manner reflect to or reflect negative upon opposing players, coaches, umpires, spectators. Any orchestrated activities by any player or dugout personnel. This includes activities such as negative comments directed at an opponent, umpire, or spectator, bench jockeying, bat flips near or towards an opponent or umpire, and the use of props. But it doesn't tell me what it says about it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. See. Ejection and post-participation ejection. The immediate removal or disqualification of a player or coach from any further participation from ongoing or current game. The officials have the authority to eject a player, coach, or team rep for misconduct or unsportsmanlike conduct, which that bat flip would fall into that category. The offending individual must leave the field and dugout area immediately, is not allowed to communicate with the teams or umpires. The ejected individual must remain out of sight and sound for the remainder of the contest.
It didn't look like you would get an out, though. Didn't sound like that was mentioned.
Let's see.
So it appears everything would count. No out, but player is gone.
Okay, enforcement is a two-step process. The first offense, the umpire issues a warning to both the individual player and their head coach. The second offense, any further unsportsmanlike conduct by that individual results in an immediate ejection. If the conduct continues after the first ejection, the head coach will then be ejected.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so by rule, they had to warn him first.
Okay.
And if he had not been warned, he's fine. But that's a little bit. I get a bat flip. I'm here for it. Flip your bat, kid. And pimping a home run. You know what? You just hit the ball 470 feet. Pimp that thing. But there's a line that can be crossed, and I think throwing the bat beyond first base and coming down between an umpire and a base coach, I think that's a little bit excessive.
Yeah, because you got to think about player coach safety, and who knows how far that bat, if it could have gone into the stands.
Right. So
should have done like the Tennessee player that grabbed the bat by the barrel and threw it on the ground when he thought he had a home run. But then that might have jinxed it.
Right. So we did have a series this weekend where it's been pretty contentious over the last 5 years.
Got something here for you.
Well, Seth, I know you're a Vanderbilt fan. And, brother, this one is just for you, sir. But there's another series that's been pretty contentious over the last few years. Had a bench clearing brouhaha last year in Game 3 on their field. They've ruled us. Both teams have been ruled out of their respective conference tournaments by each other. There's been some. There may be some illegal bats involved in some stuff. It's been a crazy series over the last 5 years between these two teams. But we're going to take a look at what went down in all 3 games this weekend. So I'll start with Friday night. This is what happened Friday night.
Time for it because you know Hindi wants to get you out on the outer edge with that breaking ball. There it is.
Gets through, and Johnstone delivers. It's the second walk-off winner for Logan Johnstone in SEC play. And Vandy in extra post a 3-2 victory.
That was Friday, right?
That was Friday night. Pretty nice ending right there, right?
Yes, it was.
So let's take a look at what happened on Saturday. I think this is it.
Opportunities.
He was the OVC Player of the Year last year at Tennessee Tech. Another 1-1. He squares and he gets it down. Vandy's going to walk it off with a punt. Back-to-back walk-off wins for Vandy. This one takes 16 innings to finalize. And in a game that was unbelievable for its longevity, the longest for both teams in their program history, it ends with maybe the most Tim Corbin play ever.
Yeah, the safety squeeze, again, just a very difficult play to defend. A little bit easier to defend with a force-out situation, but just a perfect bunt. And when you hit it over there in that no man's land between first base and the pitcher, there is not much the defense can do about it, especially if the runner.
Was there 2 outs or 1 out on that play?
There was only 1 out.
It would have been a force out, though, if they would have made the throw home.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. If he pops that bunt up, you just ended the inning because you just ran into a double play at home.
That's pretty ballsy, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, hey, they not needed that, though, to kind of revamp their season because I know they've been struggling stuff. So who better do it than against rival Tennessee?
And here's the crazier part. Both players knew that they were calling it. But they didn't use any signals to call it.
Mm.
They talked about it in the dugout before the inning. Hey, if we get in a situation where we got somebody at third base, we're going to do this. We're going to bunt it. We're going to run a suicide squeeze. But don't make any movements on the field to tip off the pitcher. Because what you'll see a lot of times, the pitcher will have a feeling it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the corner of his eye, he'll see that guy from third break. And then he'll pitch high. He'll do it. He'll throw a pitch out. He'll make it where the guy can't make contact on it, and then you got the runner dead. Or the runner will break before the guy gets into bump position. You just tipped your hand. Or the guy will get in the bump position before the runner takes off. You've tipped your hand. So everything had been talked about that, hey, we're going to do this, and no on-field signals were used. And if your timing is off just a little bit, or if you pop it up, it's a disaster. It had those suicide squeezes like that, they have to be perfect. And we've seen stuff from Tim Corbin before. He's pulled off a triple steal where all three runners go. He's pulled off double steals numerous times. And that's just what, sometimes small ball wins you ball games. And Vanderbilt's always been very, very good on playing small ball with Tim Corbin. But that wasn't the end of things. Let's take a look at what happened in Game 3. Check this one out.
That one smoked to Gable Mitchell. He makes the catch.
Wrong one.
On
Here we
3
go.
hits in 2/3 of an inning. Golfed into the left center field. This one carrying. They did it again! Walk-off grand slam. Todd and Gooden, 3 straight walk-offs for Vandy. It's a series sweep of the rival and a total Tennessee meltdown today.
That was like a movie ending.
Oh, and
Yeah.
here's the incredible part, right? So, the 6th inning, the score is 12 to 10, Tennessee. And both relievers kept it there until the 9th inning. Top of the 9th, Tennessee scores 3. It's 15 to 10. You're thinking, well, hell, they just won Game 3. And you get to the bottom half of the inning, and you get a runner on, and then you get a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden you got 2 guys on, and next thing you know, the bases are loaded, and a guy gets a base hit, 2-run score. So now you're 15 to 12, and they make the change. Next guy walks, and now your base is loaded, and you're in a situation all of a sudden where one swing can end the game. And they knew they had the left-hander up there in Krenzel pitching, he's the one that gave up the walk-off base hit on Friday night. So you want an advantage to the hitter, right? They're not going to replace their pitcher after facing 2 batters. And, well, he'd faced 1 batter. You think you got a righty coming up. Nobody warming up in the bullpen. And all of a sudden, Tim Corbin pulls some magic out of his hat and pinch hits for the guy and brings in the lefty to face the lefty.
Yeah.
And that happens. All weekend long, Tim Corbin in the 9th inning pressed the right buttons. So
I'm surprised you still have your voice after that one.
So he hit that home run, and I jumped up. And my Marla said, "What in the heck?" I'm like, "We just did the unthinkable. We just swept these cats." But I want to play this again just for Seth, because that's not all that happened today. We don't do orange. And if you ever put if you ever put an orange Gatorade in front of some of the Vanderbilt Major League players, get ready, because they throwing it off the table, because we don't do orange. We don't do orange Gatorade. No, we don't do orange. So, as soon as that game ended, I decided, hey, I'm going to check the basketball score. And, well, we don't do orange. They got their butts whipped by 33 today.
That was
So, my day has been glorious, to say the least.
I could imagine. I would have been the same boat. I mean, I was happy for you. And a great walk, great sweep weekend. You ended with a grand salami.
Yes. Great way to end it. Yes. And that's not a lie. We went 4-1 against our baseball team last year. We went 2-1 against our women's basketball. Went 1-1 against our men's basketball. But more specifically, the 2025-26 athletic year, which starts in the fall with football, Vanderbilt won the football game. We won the soccer match against our nationally ranked soccer team, and we went to the Elite Eight. They did beat us in volleyball, which we had a first-year program. That was to be expected. Then they beat us in men's basketball. That's 2 wins that they've had against us, but we won 2 in a row against our men's team in a span of a week. We ran their women's basketball off their own court. Now we've won 3 straight in baseball. We have dominated the Vols in sports this year, and I'm not going to lie, it feels good. Probably the way it would feel good if you dominated USC in that fashion, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I really hate those guys. Now all you need basically at this point is for women's softball to become a thing now.
so we can beat them in that too?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Tennessee women's softball is the best team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But they've lost 2 series in a row and got swept by an 0-9 SEC team this weekend.
So
how did that happen?
It sounds like it's a university-wide problem right now in their collegiate sports.
Well, saw somebody post today that Danny White's the best athletic director in the history of Tennessee. Well, guess what? He may have saved your football program, and you may have been able to keep Rick Barnes, and you hired Kim Caldwell, but guess what? He's getting his tail kicked by Candace Story Lee right now. I'm just going to say it.
So, do you know anything about this?
That he posted on his page?
Yeah.
Let me see what he posted. Let me see what he posted. Ah. Yeah, we can't share that on the show. We might get flagged. I'll just say it's Davy Crockett and his rifle is turned the wrong way.
No.
His pew.
Maybe if it was one of those, like the little animated picture one, it might be all right. Who knows? But kind of like we did for me for the skit, or the one I was just sitting there on the recliner.
Yeah.
Let me take that one off.
So watch this. I'm going to go ahead and send it to you. So you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. I like that, Seth.
I like
So what
that
do you
one.
say?
Funny.
I don't want to stay on here too long tonight.
Okay.
So what do you say we go ahead and do a scoreboard real quick, and then we'll
All
get
right.
to last week's winners of the special awards.
Sounds good.
And let me share my screen. We'll go over the scoreboard. There you go. So I'll take this top row gladly. In the top 25, you had number 21, Tennessee, losing to Vanderbilt and come from behind fashion, 16-15. Vanderbilt completes a sweep of the Ugly Orange to improve to 5-4 in the SEC, while Tennessee drops to 3-6. Much needed win by Vanderbilt. Georgia holds off South Carolina 9-7. They win the series 3-0. But more importantly, that's not all I'm looking at in that series. South Carolina was very, very competitive with this team. They were right there every step of the way all weekend. You never felt that they were out of their league. I thought it was a good showing by South Carolina. After firing Paul Maneri last week, or letting him walk off into retirement, whatever they want to term it, seems like that team's hit a reset. They're very competitive now, and we'll see what happens the rest of the year. And then number 10, Florida State, gets handled today by Duke, 11-4. The Blue Devils take the series against the Seminoles. Change that. The Seminoles take the series against the Blue Devils. And probably that might have been the highlight of the day for Duke, because their men's basketball team was upset by UConn in the Elite Eight today. UConn to the Final Four, while Duke is going home. So cool for them to get the win today in baseball to make up for the loss in basketball. Now I'll let you take the second row.
All right, so you can see here we have Florida winning today 7-6 to complete the sweep on the road in Arkansas against number 4 Arkansas, and that's probably still a shock to a lot of us. I know I didn't pick Florida to win. I was expecting maybe a 2-1 series for Arky, but that didn't happen. Next, we have North Carolina and Notre Dame with the high-scoring affair, 15-10. This is number 13. North Carolina beats number 23 Notre Dame to complete that series sweep. James is probably screaming somewhere. And finally, on this row, we have number 19 Kentucky going down to an unranked LSU team, 17-10 in Baton Rouge. And that with that win, LSU takes the series 2-1.
And then we go down here. Number 9, Virginia on the road at Boston College. Boston College entered today on a 7-game win streak. But Virginia holds serve. They win 3-1. Boston College does get the series win, though, 2-1. Number 15, Coastal Carolina, traveled to Huntington, West Virginia. They played Marshall this weekend. They pulled the win today, 5-4. Despite being out hit, Coastal Carolina wins the series 3-0. And then Indiana, they traveled over to Lincoln to play one of the hotter teams in the Big Ten in Nebraska. Nebraska gets a win 12-4. They complete the series sweep over at Haymarket Park. the Huskers. Might want to keep an eye on them. I know Terry mentioned UCLA, USC, Oregon. Nebraska is another team that might have to be dealt with in the Big Ten.
All right, here we have the Jerk-Offs from Southern California, number 12, beating Maryland 14-4 to take a 2-1 series win in that one. Can't wait till we play you guys. And with number 1 UCLA completing the deal in Iowa, 14-6. Sorry, Dean. Sorry, Kelvin. Sorry, Brad. Sorry, Brandon. But it had to be done. And finally, we have to check up on Kenny after this one. We have number 5, Auburn, getting swept in Tuscaloosa with the 3-1 final score with Alabama taking that series sweep.
So moving on, number 25 Texas A&M travels to Columbia, Missouri, Taylor Stadium. So this is kind of payback for last year. Missouri went into College Station and swept the Aggies. Texas A&M wins today 14-3. They complete a 3-0 series sweep. Appalachian State travels to Hattiesburg to take on number 11 Southern Miss. Southern Miss pulls a 2-1 series win, keeping everybody at Pete Taylor Park happy. And then number 3, Georgia Tech. They've been an offensive machine all year. Some people think they're a threat to get to Omaha. They beat my hated rival, the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Anytime somebody can sweep them 3-0 like Georgia Tech did this weekend, I'll be happy. Sorry about your luck, North Carolina State. Sorry. Well, I'm not even going to apologize for you getting done dirty by your basketball coach. You deserved it. Sorry.
And what did Georgia Tech do? Hit 10 home runs to go with each of those hits, or what? It's like 10 hits, 10 runs.
I have not looked into that.
All right, so we have Oregon here winning 2-0 over UC Santa Barbara. I'm guessing that was a one-game deal. Next up, we have Mississippi State defeating Ole Miss 7-1 in Oxford. And with that victory, Mississippi State completed the sweep. And over here, we have number 16, Oregon State, defeating Mercer 3-1 in Corvallis, Oregon. Want me to just do this one, that we go the next complete row, or
we'll just do the top 25. But
okay,
you can go ahead and do the next one if you want to.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, finally, to end the top 25, we have number 17, West Virginia, in the top of the 8th, currently beating Arizona State. Series is tied 1-1, and we'll see who takes that series.
So that Oregon State Mercer series, that was a really good series. I think Oregon State swept them, but Mercer, they're having a great season. They're 21-7 now. I expect to hear some more out of Mercer as the season goes. Probably a team to be reckoned with in the SoCon. But that's a really good team that you might see later on in the year, possibly in the NCAA tournament. So keep an eye on them. Let's see, what else can we do here? Yeah, that's top 25. I'm good with that. A lot of times with Cody, we tend to get sidetracked a little bit and focus directly on the SEC. But we want to keep this open to baseball nationwide, whether it's D2, D1, D3, JUCO. We're here to grow the game of baseball, college baseball specifically, and we're going to do our part. And if it's a little thing like giving out silly awards in a baseball group on Facebook, that's what we're going to do.
Speaking
So
of that. Oh, you're
every
about to
week,
do it. Sorry.
every week, we give out an award. I have a baseball group on Facebook called College Baseball Smack. If you haven't seen it, search it. Answer the few membership questions and jump on in. Well, we'd love to talk some baseball with you on Facebook. But we give out 2 awards every week in this baseball group. One's called the Golden Broom. There are no set parameters for being awarded a broom, other than you have to go undefeated from Monday through Sunday to be eligible for it. So if you don't go undefeated for the week, you're not eligible to win it. And then me and my admin team, we talk about it, and we look at all the teams that have gone undefeated for the week, and we vote on it. We hammer it out in private chat, and it was pretty unanimous last weekend. The winner of last week's Golden Broom, by virtue of just beating the dog crap out of Florida, they really did. The series wasn't even competitive. The Alabama Crimson Tide were given the broom last week. And we give it out another award called the Dirty Jockstrap. To win a Dirty Jockstrap award, you just have to really stink it up. You could go winless on the week. You could be a ranked team that's supposed to win and get swept. You know, just various things where you literally do not perform the way you should be. You stink it up. You're not competitive, and it's ugly. So last week's Dirty Jockstrap Award went to the same Florida Gators that Alabama swept. It was ugly down in Tuscaloosa last week. Even Kevin O'Sullivan looked like he'd had enough. He was ready to quit by the looks on his face. But that's been a nice bounce back for them this week to do what they've done. I can't get a read on that team, Terry. Just weird how you get swept like that where you're not even competitive, and then to go on the road and beat a top 5 team.
Yeah. So, did you want to? So the thing you sent me earlier for the new segment in the show about certain foods or whatever.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All
Most
right.
definitely. We are going to be I've always felt like our show is better off when it's organized. We have show notes and segments for the show. Like we used to have the icebreakers where me and Cody and a previous co-host we'd each pick a topic for an icebreaker. We'd tell what our icebreaker was and let's spend a few minutes talking about it. We're going to start doing that again, having segments for our show. And one of the segments that we're going to break into probably next week is, let me go ahead and add this graphic real quick. It'll take me about 30 seconds. Pretty easy to do. We're going to add a new new segment to the show. That I think you're going to like. Without further ado, we're going to announce Terry's Dugout. Terry has been the one in our comments for the past 3 years that creates burgers. We'll say, hey, create a burger for this, and he'll pop it in the comments. We've used AI to create images of some of those burgers along the way. But this is going to be Terry's baby. We want him to start using his creative mind a little bit and helping us out. Like I said, he's a permanent addition to the Golden Broom now. Terry, talk about your segment.
All right.
The ideas that you have.
What this will entail is we're looking at signature foods for each. We'll think of certain college stadiums and what they serve there, because let's face it, we don't want to just go to a baseball game and not eat. We're going to want to enjoy ourselves and everything. So what I'm going to be researching in the near future to put on the show is certain foods that you can only get at this particular stadium, whether it's something that identifies with the team or it could be a food vendor maybe coming in. The whole point is for people that are going to be going to that game to maybe look for those food vendors, something to try, something that they've never had anywhere else, in hopes to, further enhance their enjoyable baseball experience. And if possible, I also want to continue doing the theme burgers that I'll come up with once in a while too, for certain, situations with certain teams or whatever the case may be. But yeah, hope you guys will tune in for those, as long as tune in for these shows. And yeah, I'm thankful for that opportunity to do that, to get the creative juices flowing.
And that's fantastic. We've noticed that food segments do draw a lot of interest. So if you're a baseball fan, you go to the ballpark, you're going to get something to eat. And we like the idea of highlighting some of those ballpark foods at these college venues. One that I'm really interested in, and you see pictures of their stadium all the time, one of the most beautiful stadiums in the country, is BYU, with the mountain backdrop beyond the outfield wall. I'd love to see what they have on their menu, on their concessions menu, that's specific to BYU. Appalachian State.
I'll make that my first school.
App State is another one. A beautiful venue. Surely they got some kind of food that they just enjoy right there in their own little heaven away from heaven home that they play in. So, yeah, I think it's going to be exciting to do that.
Yeah, I look forward to it. So I will look at BYU first. So I'll get that started, see what I can get, hopefully for next week. Once I get info, I'll pass it through the channels, whether it's next week or the week after. I know we're waiting on some people because of, scheduling stuff. But when it comes, it comes. And we hope you all enjoy that segment as well.
So other than that, I don't have anything else tonight. We did go for an hour, which is longer than what I anticipated. But make sure you mark it on your calendars. Every Sunday night, 8:30, same place, same time. We're trying to start building some consistency. We're going to start streaming it on some channels on YouTube, or on YouTube and on Twitter that we don't always stream to. Hopefully that'll boost the numbers a little bit. And we're going to get this thing back to where it used to be. We used to have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 viewers every week, and we're working to get that back. So without further ado, well, wait a minute. I gotta do something. But one thing you can always do is you can find us on Villains Media Network. All Things Villains is where you'll find us. So take a look at what Villains Media has to offer.
So,
And then,
I have something quick to say. So while we were doing showing all the different shows and everything, I did a little quick, just a little quick search of BYU stadium foods. Not really expecting much to see. Oh, you're in for a treat. So we'll talk about it later after the show.
all right. And as always, as you get ready to head out to the ballpark this week, we know that as baseball fans, you're going to love some sunflower seeds. So make sure you stop by ChinookSeedery.com. Use the promo code GoldenBroom10 to get 10% off your order and get you some of the best sunflower seeds that you'll ever put in your mouth. The best flavors. You saw me hold them up last week. Some of the flavors that they've got. Go check them out. Get you some sunflower seeds as you head out to the ballpark. And until next week, I appreciate every one of you for watching. I'm being told that there's big numbers on Twitter tonight. I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you,
and thank you for watching us. If you get a chance, shoot us some comments next time you watch. But we'll be back here next Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And who knows what kind of package we'll deliver next week. Will Cody be back? Will we have a guest? Let's find out. In the meantime, enjoy your week. Stay safe, everybody. Go get you some Chinook seeds and go support your local college baseball team. And we'll catch you next week. I'm out.
On the diamond where they play, sweeping competition every day.